Welcome to Yeshua Kids Garden.
So I cannot. It's just like it's like my territory now. Like you can imagine our president now. He stated one of his speech stated that he wants his name to be inside the Guinness World Book of Record by any means. So now our president now, he wants to use us to gain fame, but he wants to use us to gain what? What does he want to use this country? We are. The thing is that he does not know that Nigeria is a living thing. We are living things. We are not just. He's not paying all of us to do all this. He's giving some people money to do what they can. Look, see, to talk about Nigerian situation now, like, if we can talk about it from now, and Nigeria, it will not still change. We just pray that one day Nigeria will change. But as of now, that our president is still in power, Bola Tinubu is still in power. Nigerian situation, we pray it will improve. But as of now, I don't see, no matter how long we protest for, no matter how long we fight for, it's not, oh God.
Okay, let's now say that, okay, we now want to blame the citizens for Nigerians current situation. Okay, now the government will now see it as an avenue now to argue that the citizens now are corrupt and lack necessary skills and education to drive development, rather than acknowledging their own role, acknowledging its own role now in perpetuating corruption and failing in investing in human capital.
That is.
If we are going to say that citizens are the one that they don't have skills, they don't have the initiative now to develop Nigeria. Let's take for instance now this guy that went over the news that sells crayfish, that sells fish. It's not crayfish, that he sells fish. I think he was traveling to another state to make an order. That's how they kidnapped him and killed him. Okay, that guy now hasn't he been working for this thing? He has been working. He had that initiative now. He has been working hard. He has been going this thing now. Okay, he now decided. Okay, he now wants to go out and make a better living for himself. They now ended up kidnapping and killing him. How are we not to blame? How are we not to blame the government? How are we not to blame the citizens for this thing? Definitely, it's the government now.
The thing of Nigeria now, Nigerian state now, we have to blame. Everyone is in blame. But more of the blame goes to the president, goes to the government.
Hello and welcome to Yeshua Kids Garden, and today on YKG Contest we are here with two new contestants. I would say one new contestant and a previous contestant we had earlier. So before we get into the program per se and get into the debates, as usual, it's our protocol here to allow for the introduction of each person here today. So without further ado, I would allow the Mr. on my right. Mr. Ibrahim, you've been here with us, so just give us a quick introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and we'll be good to go. All right.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, our moderator. Good afternoon, my humble opponents. And good afternoon, all the audience. My name is Ibrahim Abdullah Ibrahim. I am a student, and I currently reside in FCT Abuja. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that awesome introduction. So, this also goes over to you, Could you kindly introduce yourself? So the young mister on my left.
Good afternoon. My name is Emi from Delta State. I'm a student and I am residing in Abuja FCT.
Okay, thank you very much. Just before we get into the debates, I'm sure you've all been given the rules and you've been given ample time to study and prepare for this debate. So, just a quick reminder: to win, you basically you need to have a majority, but you also need to have a minimum of 20 votes in the comment section with your name. And of course, one of the most important role we like to indicate here is, I would say, having your mic muted during the session if you are not speaking, okay? Just to keep some level of orderliness within the session, okay? And if there are any other further rules which I feel you should know, I'll be sure to let you know, okay? So, with that said, we're going to go into the session. Mr. Ibrahim, do you have a question?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So today, the debate topic we have for today is titled "Who bears the greatest responsibility for Nigeria's current state? The government, the citizens, or external forces?" Okay. So this is the topic for today, and as usual, you'll be given 4 minutes to make your opening statement. Okay, and I'll be leaving the floor open for you to decide who wants to go first. And of course, an important statement which I forgot to mention was that you must make sure never to exceed the time allotted. Okay, if you do so, you score a -1. Okay, and that will be taken into cognizance during the debates, the cumulative accumulation of the total votes at the end of the debate. Okay, so please be mindful of that. All right, so without further ado, as I said, who would like to start with their opening statements and state their positions? All right, so Mr. Ibrahim, the floor is yours and your time starts now.
All right. Good afternoon once again, everyone. My name is Ibrahim, as I said earlier. Now, my opening statement. As we all know, Nigeria's current state now is a complex web of challenges, but one thread runs through it all, which is the government accountability now. As I stand here today, I firmly believe that the government bears the greatest responsibility for Nigeria's economic stagnation, security crisis, and social unrest through policy failures, corruption, and mismanagement. Now, the government has also perpetuated a cycle of poverty and instability. Now, over the years, we've seen policy like fuel subsidy removal and currency devaluation implemented without adequate support for the most vulnerable members of the society. The results, however, are increased poverty, inflation, hardship for millions of Nigerians. The Nigeria's lack of transparency and accountability has also led to widespread corruption, with billions of dollars lost to embezzlement and mismanagement. Furthermore, now the government instability to provide basic services like healthcare, education, and infrastructure has left many Nigerians feeling abandoned and disenfranchised. Now, the security situation in Nigeria now, for instance, now we have the Boko Haram, we have bandits, we have kidnapping, rampant in many parts of the country. The government's response has been inadequate, and people are suffering in Nigeria, honestly. Even the recent of them all, which is the killing of over 200 people in Benue State. Now, some people now may argue that citizens or external forces now share some blame, and while that is true as well, but the government's role is unique, and the primary duty bearer, the government has also a responsibility to protect and serve its citizens. When it fails to do so, the consequences are severe. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And of course, I like to thank people when they maintain the time limit. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Ibrahim. And of course, the same question, of course, the same opportunity to make your opening statement goes over to you, Mr. Emmy. Do let me know if you would like me to take the theme of the debate again, or it's okay for you. It's okay? You're muted. It's okay? Would you like me to take it again?
No, I'm okay with it.
All right. So your time starts now. You have 4 minutes.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Emil. Like I said, Nigerian current state is nothing to be proud about, because our country now is falling behind in many ways. Like, fuel subsidies is something that when you remove it, it gives a very big disadvantage to the citizens. And now the greatest responsibility of the country is our leaders. That is our government. They can't share it with citizens, though the citizens have their own part to play. Everyone has their own part to play, but the majority and the one that has more part to play is the government. Because the government, without our leaders, we citizens, we can't do anything. Because everyone wants to be a leader. So now, since we have leaders, our leaders' responsibility to guide us, to tell us what to do, to lead us. That is the main reason for them being our leaders. And the external forces don't have too much hands in it because they are outside. They are only to support the country. So our leaders now bear all the responsibilities. Like now, the removal of fuel subsidy has been a very disadvantage to the citizens, a big disadvantage. People can't even take transportation like the way they used to when the fuel subsidy was active. Look at currency duplication is poor. Before, a dollar rate in Nigeria was not exceeding 700, but now that exceeded 1,000. Now current dollar rate is close to 1,600. So now going furthermore, saying Nigeria state is poor compared to that of 2010, 2012. Nigeria now need stronger hands in our government, because our government are based on I want it, not I don't want to share, I don't want to give. I want it for my own benefit. Like now, the cash, how will I put this sentence now? The way our government embezzle money from projects is not something we can go home and write about. It's not something we can write about because it's obvious. During this year, the president made a statement that he's going to pay some students. Along the line, the money vanished. The money vanished along the line. Money that was meant to give to students, he took it. The matter ended there. That one on cash, on money laundering. Now let's go to insecurities. The insecurities of this country is poor. Look at what happened in Benue. Benue, a state of peace, food basket of the nation. No. So now, me saying this is because the problem of Nigeria is not just because of the government, but everyone as well. So furthermore, I'm saying that the responsibility of the country is for the government. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmy, and thank you for maintaining the time limit. All right, so next we're going to be reducing the time because we'll be transitioning to the moderator questions. So basically we have you've made your opening statements for the theme, and now we're going to be going to the questions that are under this debate theme. All right, so the first question I have will be, and of course, for this session, I will be selecting who goes first. The first question is, can you define what you mean by Nigeria's current state? Are you referring to economics, security, governance, social cohesion, or all of these? In essence, your stance, would you say it focuses on any of these aspects precisely? So your time starts now. You have two minutes, okay? So I would say, let's see, Mr. Ibrahim, I would like for you to go first, okay?
All right.
Would you like me to take the question again?
Yes, please.
Okay, so now you try to issue your definition just to make the question clearer. So can you define what you mean by Nigerians' current state? Are you referring to economics, security, governance, social cohesion, or all of these? Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nigeria's current state now, as I mentioned earlier, is a complex and multi-faced issue that encompasses of various challenges, to be honest, including economic stagnation, the security crisis, poor governance, and social unrest as well.
Now, why I refer to the Nigerian's current state, now I'm talking about the cumulative effect of all these challenges, now which have resulted in a decline in the standard of living for many Nigerians. Now, looking at the economic side now, economically, Nigeria is facing significant challenges, including a decline in foreign exchange reserves, high inflation rates, and a lack of investment in critical infrastructure. The country's reliance on oil exports has made it vulnerable to fluctuation in the global markets, and the lack of diversification in the economy has hindered growth and development. Now, looking at it in terms of security, Nigeria is grappling with various threats. As I mentioned, we had the Boko Haram insurgency, we have banditry, we have kidnapping, we have killings in over different states. And these killings have been going on and on and on. Just imagine this scene is actually the one that was actually that actually went viral. That is the Benue State. The people in the Benue State, about 200 members of Benue State. Now looking at the government issue and the government aspect of this question now. In governments now in another area of concern now, with many Nigerians feeling disconnected and disenchanted with the political system, the lack of transparency and accountability in government dealings has led to widespread of corruption, which has further exacerbated the country's challenges. Now, these government failures now to provide basic services like healthcare, education,
infrastructure. So I would have to stop you there. So you have a -1 for not respecting the timing. Mr. Emmy, please, I don't know if you took time to read the instructions. It is forbidden to cut off your camera during the session. If that is repeated, you have a negative point. Please.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, thank you so much, Mr. Ibrahim. Unfortunately, you were unable to meet the time limit.
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go hey, pay. Look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. But cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like, I'm gonna next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money, to do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you shop buy for any location where you there, so my manana distress sales, my manana distress sales.net, distress sales.net, distress sales.net, distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Let me go check out this website, man.
All right, so Mr. Emmy, the same question goes to you. Would you like me to take the question again?
Yes, please.
All right, so now can you define what you mean by Nigeria's current state? Okay, in your own words, are you referring to economics, security, governance, social cohesion, or all of these? Okay, so the floor is yours. Your time starts now. You have 2 minutes.
Okay. Nigerian current situation now is all these are the problems for Nigerian current situation, because Nigerian current situation is something that is not improving at all. So now let's dive quickly on the aspect of economics. Look at Nigerian economics is poor. People can't afford money for food. Though they are seeing it everywhere, but they can't afford money for food. Nigerian economy is just something that we can't even make a change on, because the government are not improving on their economies. They are not investing on things that they are meant to invest on. Look at our president now, the presidential home. They started investing on things that does not matter to the country. They remove first subsidies, thinking that first subsidy will make things change. But the president does not know that the fuel subsidy was the only thing preserving most Nigerians in things that they are meant to, in things they are doing. Like now, let's move on to the economies. Look at Nigerian economies now. Most things are not as we used to be. A bag of rice now was once less than 50,000 naira, but now is above 80,000 naira a bag of rice. Let's move to the aspect of security. Nigeria is very, very, very unprotected. Number one, I will not lie, it's only God that's protecting most of Nigerian citizens. Nigerian citizens are vulnerable to many attacks. You can't even know where the direction is coming from. Look at Benue State. Benue State incident was so critical that even the president himself went there. Even internet was shaking because of corpses of children around the place, burnt around. If there were security to maintain them, to watch over the country, nothing will happen. One of government responsibility in this country is protection. They are meant to protect us no matter what it is. They are meant to protect us, make us safe. That is why we are their citizens and they are our leaders. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you for respecting the time. All right, so that is our first question under the moderator section. We'll be moving over to the next question. The next question is, on what basis do you assign primary responsibility to your chosen group? Okay, so from the options that were issued earlier, government, citizens, or external forces, please provide specific examples. Okay, so basically you'll be justifying your stance, and of course, I don't know if I mentioned previously, we don't really care about which sides you take on this in this debate. You can be opposing, you can be on the same side. The whole point is to see who makes the best arguments and who drives on the best points. Okay, so for this question, I would be starting with Mr. Emmy. You have 2 minutes to respond.
Okay, thank you very much. One of the primary responsibility of the country, of the government, is protection. That was one of the primary responsibilities, because if they are our leaders and they cannot find way to protect us, that we are the citizens, that means it's not something that you say that our leaders for, because they are our leaders for a reason. Because like take an example in a family now. The head of the family is the one protecting the family, is the one leading the family, the one protecting them and keeping everything stable, making everyone feel comfortable. Now look at Nigeria. Nigeria is a whole body, is a family, and now the government are the head, the citizens are the body. So now the citizens are being the body means we are vulnerable. Without the government, citizens, we cannot do anything, because no matter how it is, there must be a leader for everyone to respect and for everyone to do something. There must be a leader. So now saying something concerning this security and protection, our government are meant to give us something that we can say, yes, we are okay with this. No matter what governments have brought out, no matter what they've done, most of the citizens are not still comfortable with and are not still able to adapt to it. Though most of us adapt to it, because no matter how Nigerian current state is not the first time. Things have been happening, but we are still adapting. That is one thing that Nigerians have in common, adaptation. So now being the fact that we can adapt doesn't mean that we can keep on adapting. A situation can come in now in which Nigeria will not be able to adapt and most of us will be gone. So now what I'm saying is that one of the primary responsibilities for our government is protection, is guidance, and is keeping us safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Of course, the same question goes to you, Mr. Ibrahim. Let me know if you would like me to take the question again.
Yes, please.
Okay, so the question is, on what basis do you assign primary responsibility to your chosen group? Whatever the group you chose, government, citizens, or external forces. Please provide specific examples, okay? All right, so your time starts now, Mr. Ibrahim.
All right. Thank you. The primary responsibility I'll assign is I'm going to assign the primary responsibility to government. Now, the primary responsibility I feel the government should have is accountability and transparency. Now, looking at the government's inability now to provide basic services like healthcare, education, infrastructure has resulted in decline in standard living of this in many Nigerians. Honestly, the way Nigerians lived before and the way Nigerians are living now is honestly very, very, very different, because the whole situation now is not even like, it's not even caring about the minor ones, the minor citizens in Nigeria. Now we're not looking at this thing. One of the example I'll give to the government failure now is the mismanagement of funds meant for road construction. The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway that was meant to, the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway now was a critical transportation artery which has been under construction for years, causing traffic congestion and accidents. Now, the government's failures to complete the project and on time and within budget is a clear example of poor governance and mismanagement. Now, furthermore, the government's lack of transparency and accountability now has also led to widespread of corruption, which has further exacerbated the country's challenges. Now, this mismanagement of funds meant for healthcare has resulted in inadequate medical facilities and services. You go to hospitals whereby you feel that okay, this hospital is supposed to take care, is supposed to have this standard facilities now to be able to deal with this particular health issue. But now, because of mismanagement of funds, now the whole thing have led to inadequate management of inadequate facilities and services, while the lack of investment in education has also led to an in decline quality of it. Thank you.
Okay, so again, you have another negative point, Mr. Ibrahim. So I would say, okay, just try your best to try and keep it short, of course, though do not sacrifice your points. Okay, so thank you so much for such an awesome response. All right, so Mr. Emmy, you'll be starting first for this question, so I will just take it.
Okay.
So now the next question is, how have recent government policies such as fuel subsidy removal and currency devaluation impacted the average Nigerian? And who should be held most accountable for these policy outcomes? Okay, so I know you spoke on this. Both of you made reference to this, so I would like for you to obviously responding to the question. Obviously, elaborate on the subject. Okay, so your time starts now, Mr. Emmy. So the floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you. So now the person we're meant to hold responsible for this is the presidential house, the House of Reps and our leaders. Because immediately the president of our current state, that is Tinubu, everyone knows him as Tinubu, immediately he stepped in, he removed fuel subsidy, which have been preserving Nigerians for a very long time. And that fuel subsidy was one of the things that made our currency not drop. That was the one thing that made our currency still able to be average, not below. So now, removal of that fuel subsidy has become something that we can't keep on enduring, because number one, fuel subsidy affects us in many ways. Transportation, mostly transportation, because if I'm going to Lagos now, the normal amount for going to Lagos, it was, I don't know how much, but I won't say it was more than 50,000, but now it will be more than 50. It will go close to 100,000 naira. When I was little, the money we used to go to Delta State as a 10-hour drive, it was no more than 10,000 naira. But now it's above 60,000 naira. To show the difference of which subsidy has cost. Then now our currency depreciation. Wow, this is a very big. This is a very big downfall for Nigeria, because our currency depreciation is bringing our country down, because everything that we're doing is mostly based on outside. Our oil that we're making here, we are selling it to them and we're still buying it from them. If you can understand my point now, Nigerian currency depreciation is bad. It's bad because we can't do most things that we can do before. We can't do them now again. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Emmy. Just going to stop the timer real quick. Okay, so of course, the same question goes over to you, Mr. Ibrahim. Would you like me to take the question again?
No, I think I got it.
All right, so you have 2 minutes to respond.
Okay, now these government policies, which are the fuel subsidy removal and currency devaluation. Now, the recent government policy now, which is the fuel subsidy removal, when the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came into power, now had significantly impacted and has significant impact on average Nigerians. Now, this removal of this fuel subsidy had led to increase in transportation costs, which has affected the livelihood of many Nigerians. Now, for instance, now let's take a market trader in Abuja, they're residing in Abuja now has to increase the prices of her goods due to the increase of cost in transportation now, which have affected her sales and also profitability. Now, the currency devaluation now has also led a significant impact on the economy, leading to increased prices of imported goods and inflation. Now, many businesses now in Nigeria now that they rely on imported goods have been affected, leading to job losses and economic instability. Let's take, for instance, now a managing company in Lagos now had to reduce its production capacity due to the increase of cost of imported raw material, which have affected the competitiveness in the market. Now, these issues now of the currency devaluation. Now, this is where the whole issue of low quality items now, fake products now are now coming into play, because they use like cheaper materials now to make those products now leading to, at the end, it can now lead to health issues in later in time. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and thank you for staying within the time limit. Okay, so would say we've come to the end of this section. Initially we had the opening statement, and following that we had this now concluded moderator section. So we're going to transition over to the argument style debate. And of course, before I would allow you to exit the session, and just a quick explanation of what the argument style debate would be like, as the name implies. Typically, I'm not going to be passing the baton. I'm not going to be saying, okay, Ibrahim, you're the one to start, and Emmy, so basically, just go back to back. If you feel your opponent is saying something that doesn't sit well with you, or you feel you can throw or you can bring greater lights to the subject, and of course, the whole idea is to argue and interject when you deem fit, and to bring enough points, so much so that the audience can see your points and decide, okay, you make a better argument. So your goal is to try to score the most points you can, and of course, the remainder of the moderator questions is basically what we're going to be using for this. Okay, so take your time to study the remainder of the moderator questions, and I'm going to be selecting those questions at random so you wouldn't know what we'll be starting with, so try to prepare. So for this, I'll give you 5 minutes to study, and of course we're going to take a moment for a break, and also advert placements by our sponsors, and also some advertisers on the program as well. So thank you so much, and you have 5 minutes. I would ask you to reconnect in 5 minutes and try to prepare before then. Okay, best of luck. I'll see you next time. I'll see you soon. All right, take care.
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go hey, pay. Look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. But cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money to do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location, where you there, so my manana, distress sales. My manana, distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Let me go check out this website, man.
You make sure that the money given to that person is closely monitored.
The issue of corruption is deeply immersed or entrenched into the activities of our legislators. There's no doubt about this.
What you can, what your capacity can bring to the system. We're talking about development here. If you have all it takes.
So the ages between 13 and 40 seems to be the reasonable ages when people still think about, oh, you know what, I can jump and, still make something out of life.
They're not particularly responsible for those children. So it has made a lot of men, a lot of women also. Because you see that prostitution has increased. You see that, bronze girls, they call it,
And when I'm buying the dog for security purpose, I didn't buy the dog to come and, bite my family or attack my family. That is where training comes in. That is where you need to socialize your dog with your family.
Because no matter how the farmers are complaining about the conflict, if there are no farmers anymore enthusiastic enough to put their investments in the land.
Join us as we take the first step to true change by discussing the important issues plaguing the nation. We are giving well-meaning Nigerians a voice through our platform, rich or poor. And of course, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. Hi there, my name is Yasharala, and of course I'll be your host for this new event titled YKG Debates. And of course this program is brought to you by YKG Contest, and we would certainly not be here without our sponsor, DistressSales.net. As the name implies, be sure to visit your website, and of course on that platform you can buy or sell distress sale items. Let's get back to the debate. Alright, now for the debate, the emerging winners have been ranked according to placement. So we have first, second, and third. If you come in third place, you'll be entitled to a cash prize of 35,000 naira. And of course, in second place, you'll be entitled to a cash prize of 50,000 naira. And in first place, the grandest total of all, the biggest whooping sum of all is 100,000 naira in cash prize, okay? So if you feel you have the weights for it and you feel you're passionate about debates, be sure to swipe through for more details.
Something new in town is about to change your baking and pastry experience. Introducing Veggie Bread and Cakes. On our menu we have standard loaf, jumbo loaf, sardine bread, fruity bread, coconut, and so much more. Our cakes are super yummy and good value for money. Our ice cream and popcorn, all prepared in our hygienic location, are also the best in town. Our products are NAFDAC certified and they are prepared with love and are also tailored to suit your needs. For your weddings, birthdays, and other celebrations, Veggie Bread and Cakes is your one-stop outlet to take care of your pastry and dessert needs. Feel free to pre-order or walk into our bakery for pickup. We are located at number 244 Iju Waterworks Road by Balogun Bus Stop, Iju, Lagos. You can call any of our numbers 0806 400 2323. Veggie Bread and Cakes, your preferred pastry vendor.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for your time. And so we're back again to complete the final section of our debate. And as I stated previously, we would be completing the remainder section of the moderator questions. And of course, like I told you, these questions will be selected at random. So I would like to strongly advise, because we find this repeated in previous debates, try not to give your opponents a monologue, in the sense that feel free to interject. It's going to be an open session. You have a total of 15 minutes to respond to any question. If at any point in time you feel you want to interject, like you would have in a typical argument, please do not hesitate. If you hesitate or you allow your opponent to speak for too long, that will affect you, because once the time expires, we'll be basically transitioning to the next question, and that you might lose some points there. Okay. All right. So I guess it's clear for everyone. So without further ado, let's start the argument based debate. Okay. All right. So the question I have for you, the first question, as I told you, this question has been selected at random. The question is, to what extent have international influences such as colonial history, global markets, or foreign aid contributed to Nigeria's present difficulty? Can external actors still be held responsible, or has their influence been waned? Okay, so that's the question. Okay, so you have 15 minutes and anyone can start first. The floor is yours.
All right. As the question says, international influences. International influences now have played a significant role in shaping Nigeria's present difficulties. The current colonial histories, for example, now has a lasting impact on its economic and social structure. The legacy of colonialism can be seen in the country's dependence on oil exports, which was established during the colonial era. This dependence now has made the country vulnerable to fluctuation in the global oil market, which has contributed to economic instability. Now, global markets now has also had significant impact on Nigeria's economy. The country's reliance on oil exports now has made it susceptible to changes in global oil prices now, as we have the prices changing from one side and from one going higher, just changing, and which can now have a significant impact on the government's revenue as well. Now, let's give an example now. The decline in oil prices in 2014 had a devastating impact on Nigeria's economy, leading to recession and a significant decline in government revenue. Now, we also have foreign aid now. Foreign aid now has also played a role in shaping Nigeria's present difficulties now. While foreign aid has provided some benefits such as support for healthcare and education, it has also created a dependency and undermined the country's ability to develop its own capacity. Now, for example, now the reliance on foreign aid now for healthcare has led to lack of investment in the country's own health infrastructure, which has even contributed to decline in healthcare services. Now, we also have external factors now. External factors can also be held responsible for the influences of Nigeria's present difficulties. For example, now we have the international organizations such as the International Monetary Fund, that's IMF, and the World Bank as well. They've also played a role in shaping Nigeria's economic policy, which have had a significant impact on the country's development. These organizations now can be held accountable for ensuring that their policies and programs are aligned with the needs and priority of the country. However, the influences of external factors had waned in some respect. Nigeria has taken some steps now to assert its independence and sovereignty, and has also become more proactive in shaping its own development agenda. For example, now the country has taken steps to diversify its economy and reduce the dependency on oil exports, which has helped reduce its vulnerability now into fluctuation and global oil markets. But I feel this thing was open then, because now the whole oil market now, we have Dangote now, which built his refinery, and is also planning on, they also in Nigeria, this in government policy, government now also plan on buying oil from them Dangote's refinery as well. That's all I'll have to say for now on this question.
Mr. Emmy, like I told you, do not. Honestly, I try to repeat this all the time. Do not hesitate to come in at any time, please. Okay, it's for you. Typically I'm not supposed to interject at this point. So if you feel any interjection, anytime you want to come in, just come in. It's an argument-style debate. The floor is yours. Okay, Mr. Emmy.
Okay, what I have to say here is concerning the fuel, the oil transport. The oil transport that is a very fumbling structure, because we have bountiful natural resources. We were blessed with natural resources. So now our government now, that is the leaders, they see it, they know that we are blessed with it, but they don't use it to their advantage, because they feel like, okay, yes, even though we don't have refineries, we don't have refinery companies, if we sell it to them at a high price, they'll still buy. Though buying it, selling it to them, it changes nothing. It's now when we are buying it from them that it changes things, because the fuel price, the oil price rate, different times it changes. Today it can be higher, tomorrow it can be lower. You can't predict or how it will go. But the thing is that us Nigerians, we don't believe in this and that. We don't believe in action. That's one thing with our government. They just want action, action, action. But I will not disagree with them. I will not complain, because if someone has power to do something, everyone will not be happy with what they are doing. This is our own perspective, it's our own aspect of understanding things. So we'll tell them what we understand and what we don't like. But the thing is that no matter how we try to complain, we cannot change the fact that oil price is rising and duplicating. We can't change that. We just have to accept it and work towards it and make it more subsidy, make it more affordable for us to sell and off to buy it back. That is the thing. Look at Dangote refinery now. Us thinking that since he has a refining company now, once he's selling his for a fair rate to go down, but it has not gone down. It's still the same. It's sometimes like where I'm staying now is close to the north. It's close to north. A liter of fuel now is close to 900. As of last week, it was 955, and now it's back to 900. As you can see now, the fair rate is changing. It's always changing. So we cannot just classify that it will be like this. So now we are going to hold external forces a little concerning this. Then moving on to the colonial aspects. I don't know big on that, but what I can say outside Nigeria, the only thing other countries know Nigeria for is just entertainment and culture. That is all. Other countries now, I am a Nigerian, I can't go outside and start saying my country is a very big country, it's a very good country. We have schools, we have this, we have that, we have this. I am a Nigerian. I can't go outside and start bragging about my country. Meanwhile, my country is not something I can boast about outside. The only thing I can say about my country outside is based on entertainment, based on culture, based on food and other interesting and other interesting things in Nigeria. That is the entertainment mostly the entertainment industry. It's mostly the entertainment industry that is making ways for Nigerians, because they are the ones bringing other countries to our own country. Not just to come and enjoy, but just to come and stay in Nigeria and understand how our community and how our tradition and how our things are. So now, saying that concerning external forces, the World Bank, as my colleague said, the World Banks, they have their own role to play. They have their own role to play. Look at the loan our late president took from World Bank. Up to date, he has not paid fully. And now, our current president now has still taken a loan from still the World Bank. Now, we are doing this because, is it because they are in charge, or is it because they feel like they can do it? They can do it because they are in charge. Now that our country won female AFCON, that's the Women AFCON Championship, they won. They came back to the country. Everyone was happy that yes, they came back with the country with a big win, with a big glory. Now, moving on to that, look at what the government did. The government gave them a prize of $100,000 each player. That is accumulating $2.something million. Still gave them a car, still gave them 3-bedroom flat, and still gave them other things. Now, looking at aspect, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to appreciate those that went out to seek to bring glory back to the country. But look at the country state. Look at how the country is. They are still doing this, and you are still saying the country does not have money. No, Nigeria has money. Nigeria have money. I have been to a gathering where Nigerian politicians came. I have been to a gathering like that. I saw what they say is not happening in Nigeria, but it's happening. I saw the way they were spending money, they were throwing money, they were spraying money on the ground. I saw everything, because them saying that we don't have money, they are the ones taking the money that we Nigerians have. Nigeria is one of the great countries in Africa, not just the world, in Africa. Nigeria, Africans know us as African giants. We are African giants, both in the industry aspect, in culture, and in everything. We are African giants. We are the ones that are making Africa stand out a little bit. Though we are not the main ones, but we are still there to make Nigeria stand out. Okay, now, me going forward further, look at Nigerian state concerning our economy now. Our feeding lifestyle is hard. It's not something that we can say, okay, I will keep on doing this, I'll keep on doing. Now everybody wants to go into farming because they've seen that the country is hard. Buying food is hard. Price of this is not as before. As I said before, price of rice has skyrocketed. It has gone above what an average Nigerian can look forward to buy. And even though you want to buy a mudu is not still less than 4,000 naira. A mudu of rice is not still less than 4,000 naira. Okay, now, concerning these food aspects, now, I'm hearing that GMO food is coming into the country. Why? Because food are expensive for other average Nigerians to afford. How will you say now a modified food is what is good for the citizens to accept because it's more cheaper? Even though it's cheaper coming to the country, we Nigerians, the greed that we Nigerians have to make more money than others is much. So now the cheap things that are coming into the country, we add our own prices on top so that our gain will be enough to say that yes, we have gained enough.
I agree with you. But now, if we are to look at the the transportation issue in Nigeria currently, Nigeria has over I think 9 refineries, if I'm not mistaken. Dangote being the newest of them all, I think.
Yes, the completed one.
See, if you now look at Dangote refinery now, directs the distribution plan. Its direct distribution plan now may lead to job losses in the transportation and retail sector. Why? Because as traditional depots now, and the middlemen are also in this case they're also bypassed. So now this traditional just imagine that the Association of Oil Marketers, that's them, the Petro now they are afraid of Dangote's market strength now could actually allow they are actually like fearing Dangote's market strength because they feel like it could allow that its set of fuel prices now unitarily now employing the prices tactics that force other players now out of business. Meaning that this Dangote refinery now coming into play now can now like that all these
can scatter and fumble all.
Exactly. Now looking at this thing, that the small business shut down. Now small business now, let's say fuel station now, they also struggle to compete with Dangote's market dominance, potentially now leading to closure or other job losses. Now if we're not looking at Nigeria, if we're looking at other refineries in Nigeria, I think we have refinery in Warri. Currently, refinery in Warri, I think it has been shut down in January due to safety concerns, despite receiving 897.6 million in maintenance funding. Just look at where corruption came in. Look at where this is now. Nigeria now, we're saying Nigeria, okay, we have over 9 refineries, yet we're still struggling on fuel transportation.
I will speak on what you just said now. You see, one thing with corruption in Nigeria, corruption is only when I am not involved. If you get what I'm saying, corruption is only when I'm not involved. But me being involved in corruption, I will not take it as corruption. Meanwhile, others say it's corruption because I feel like I am gaining. I am making money out of it. I am not.
They'll call it strategy.
Thank you. They call it strategy. So now our government and the higher ups, they feel like, yes, they are not doing something that is called corruption. Meanwhile, they are aware that it's corruption because they don't want to just accept it because they are gaining. Who will want to give up that kind of power of me gaining money that others cannot still come back and collect from me? Nobody wants to give up that position.
It just even baffles me that Nigeria has over all these refineries, yet transportation is still high. Just imagine Port Harcourt refinery now operating at less than 40% of its capacity now, despite the 1.5 billion upgrade that it has.
If they can ask how much went into that refinery, I will not say that it's above 200 million. I will not say it's above 200 because the people that they left in charge of that work,
corruption.
They will take what they can. They will take as much as they can because
in Nigeria. I'm telling you,
because I feel like if they don't take as much as they can, nobody will give them. Nobody will give them. They feel like based on I am in charge, I can do what I want with the money. I can give you how much I want. I can do what I want. That is not how Nigerian corruption is. Nigerian corruption is not because of I want this, I want. It's because I want to. It's because I have the power. That's why they say power is not something that is not power is good and power is not good at the same time. Power has two faces.
Nigeria has all these refineries. Yes, they were buying oil from other countries. Okay, why not? If we're not saying that they were actually like managing this thing, look at.
All right, so the time is up. Okay, so this is getting quite interesting. All right, so thank you so much. You have another question, and I would allot 15 minutes. So the next question is, of course, anyone can start first, as I stated. So who benefits most? So I was looking at your debate, and I felt that this would be a logical follow-up as a question. So who benefits most from assigning blame to government? Citizens, external actors, and does this shape the debate? Okay, so that's the question for you. So the question is, who benefits most from assigning blame to government, citizens, or external actors?
Hey, look, these days, where economy just they fail. Come with Sapa way, no fit explain. You get brand where they sell, we go pay. We go pay, go pay, go pay. Hey, look, info, Leon Finfo, follow me, go, may we get money. Make you call your amigos, free membership, sign up quick, and no they carry body. If you buy, if you sell for this website, no commission, no cost for this website. Walk cool sellers, we go give you good price. And if you know like I'm go the next guy. Hey, no middleman, we go try take your money, they do your thing on a solo. If you find anything, if you sharply buy for any location, where you there, so my manana, distress sales. My manana, distress sales. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net. Distress sales.net.
Everybody just they dance, they smile for here, man. Like say things they share for this website. Let me go check out this website, man.
So
I feel like
your time starts now.
I feel like external forces gain more because them being outside supporting the country is meant, the government, they do more so that they can keep on supporting them. If you understand what I'm saying, like now, if I was opportune to be the president of the country, that is, if I was opportune and I know that my people or people are outside willing to help my country, I won't hesitate to give them as much as I can so that they can help my country in return. So now, saying that, I feel like external forces gain more than citizens, because if the citizens gain more than external forces, Nigeria will not be as it is today. Because within average citizens, there are minds in there that can improve this country. The minds that inside this average citizen, there are some people that are inside this average citizen that if they are opportune to be the president of this country, Nigeria will not just be Nigeria of now. We will be among the top countries now. If Nigerian citizens, one-minded.
Let me say something there. I agree that Nigerians now, they feel like if they can be able to gain that power, they are going to like do something better for the country. Let me now tell you something. You see Nigerians, we Nigerians now, everybody has that same mentality. If someone peradventure now gets to that position, honestly, the person might eventually as they connect with people, they'll eventually join in the corruption. The corruption is like a virus. Corruption is like a widespread virus in Nigeria. Honestly, once that person gets to that seat, once the person has mingled with one or two people, that corruption will just be this thing. For me,
for me, assigning blames to citizens now and external forces now, they can have different benefits and consequences now. That's depending on the context context and motivation now. That's behind the blame shifting actually. Now, in the case of Nigeria now, assuming we are blaming the government now, the government now can benefit certain groups, such as citizens who are frustrated now with the government's performance and now want to hold them accountable now. On the other hand, now, if we're now assigning blames to the citizens now, this blaming the citizens now will now benefit the government. Now, the government now like which may now use it as a way to now deflect criticism and shift focus from its own failures. Now, if we're now blaming the citizens for what is happening in Nigeria this thing now, the government to now make it that yes, see now it's not our fault. It's not our fault. They're not going to
action on their own.
They're not going to now try and shift the whole this thing now covering up their failures. Now let's just take for example now the government now they can argue that the citizens are corrupt now. The government now, if we're now to blame the citizens now, the government will now be the one having the upper hand now blaming the citizens that them themselves are corrupt.
If like for example now, if I have power now, I will not want to admit it that I am the one doing bad.
Exactly.
I will not want, no matter what is it, I will not want to admit that I am doing bad. Look at the president now. No matter how many times youth and Nigerian citizens has done protests. The last protest that they called rant, they did it that was the longest so far, that they entered inside Abuja, that is inside town of Abuja. They went close to the presidential area. They went there and still upon everything, they are still blaming Nigeria. You can imagine the president now. He paid people to protest against the protesters. No, look at how that is where power comes in. That's where power comes in. So now, because I have the power, I will, no matter how it is, I want to go against you because I know I have the power. So now, what they are doing now is just like, hey, it's just like me saying now, I am at the top. So you that is below, I will not allow you come close to me because I am at the top. I am the top dog, so I cannot. It's just like like my territory now. Like you can imagine our president now. He stated one of his speech. He stated that he wants his name to be inside the Guinness World Book of Record by any means. So now our president now, he wants to use us to gain fame, but he wants to use us to gain what? What does he want to use this country? We are. The thing is that he does not know that Nigeria is a living thing. We are living things. We are not just. He's not paying all of us to do all this. He's giving some people money to do what they can. Look, see, to talk about Nigerian situation now, like, but if we can talk about it from now, and Nigeria is not still change. We just pray that one day Nigeria will change. But as of now, that our president is still in power, Bola Tinubu is still in power. Nigerian situation, we pray it will improve. But as of now, I don't see, no matter how long we protest on, no matter how long we fight for, it's not, oh God.
Okay, let's now say that, okay, we now want to like blame the citizens for Nigerians' current situation now. Okay, now the government will now see it as an avenue now to now argue that the citizens now are corrupt and lack necessary skills and education to drive development, rather than acknowledging their own role, acknowledging its own role now in perpetuating corruption and failing invest in human capital.
That is.
If we are going to say that citizens are the one that they don't have skills, they don't have the initiative now to develop Nigeria. Let's take for instance now this guy that went over the news that sells crayfish, that sells fish. It's not crayfish, that he sells fish. I think he was traveling to another state to make an order. That's how they kidnapped him and killed him. Okay, that guy now hasn't he been working for this thing? He has been working. He had that initiative now. He has been working hard. He has been going this thing now. Okay, he now decided. Okay, he now wants to go out and make a better living for himself. They now ended up kidnapping and killing him. How are we not to blame? How are we not to blame the government? How are we not to blame the citizens for this thing? Definitely, the government now.
The thing of Nigeria now, Nigerian state now, we have to blame. Everyone is in blame. But more of the blame goes to the president, goes to the government, because the government, they are meant to provide us They are meant to provide the citizens with whatever. Look, you see something. They are meant to provide education. They are meant to provide aid. That is first aid. That is like hospital insurance. Look, Nigerian government, they are not doing things to make our country go forward. They are doing things that is benefiting them individually. If you understand what I'm saying, they are doing things that is benefiting them individually. Because if they want to do something to benefit the country, they will look into it. Because look at most Nigerian youths now. Most of Nigerian youth now, they are not how they wanted to be when they were small. Because when growing up, surely you say, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a pilot, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a soldier. Look at where they are now. I have a friend now. He said that he wants to be a pilot. Look at the guy now. We finished school last 3 years. I finished secondary school last 3 years. Look at me now. I'm still hoping for admission. My friend that finished school with me, he has not seen admission. Now like this, he's staying at Maraba selling clothes with his uncle. Just imagine now. We came out from school hoping for admission. Admission did not come out.
Look at this whole education. Educational this is even a very big issue. Imagine I received a news from someone that we finished school together. This person now, to me, this person is very, very smart. This person is very smart. This person made her WAEC. This person made her JAMB score. Yet she wants to study law. She applied to study law. They gave her a total different course.
That is a problem. That is a problem we are facing because
someone that was qualified for that, this thing now, and the educational sector of this thing now leave this thing because of maybe the influential. Let's now look at influential this thing. Maybe the influential ones now have now like the capacity that the students are supposed to the number of students that are supposed to have exceeded. They've now overpopulated that whole this thing. Let's say the inflation has now overpopulated this thing. It's now leaving the minor ones now they're actually qualified for that position. They're qualified for that position.
Now have to squeeze them into something that they're not willing and they're not able to continue with. Honestly. I understand what you're saying. I wanted when I finished school, I wanted to go for agricultural science. That is agricultural engineering under agricultural science. The course they gave me was completely different from agric. I was a science student. It was completely different from agric. I was confused because I made my WAEC, I made my JAM, I passed the cutoff mark. I was aware of that. But the course they gave me was completely different. And even minus university aid now, look at corpus. If you are done with university, out of 100% of Nigerian youth now, I would say only 30% are willing to continue school. Only 30% are willing to continue because most of them that even at the school, they feel like it's not a use. Okay, I look at Nigeria now. There was a time they were saying school na scam. I believe almost all Nigerians have heard it. School na scam. Why? Because no matter how your education is high inside this country, if you become good with just your academics, is the hand of God that's on you.
I'm telling you.
Because the thing is that even though you are very, very smart, you are the most brilliant. You got straight A's in your WAEC and your NECO and everything. Once you know that, once they did not see you, forget it. Because if you have all those scores, they will say it's fake. Yes, they will say it's fake because look at WAEC. This jam that just passed now. This jam that just passed. Imagine a glitch. A glitch happened that took a life of a candidate. Damn. Yes.
How you tell me why students are writing this in midnight? Honestly, when I saw that this on internet, I actually thought it was actually fake. Until I was seeing it everywhere. Until I even saw it on the news. I think they have to even call the official.
And the thing is that our government, they don't want to still put their hands into. They don't want to change this thing because this thing has been one of the problems in Nigeria. That is why jobs are not still available for youth. And that is why Nigerian youth now, they don't take school as a value. All they want is to make that money, finish.
I'm telling you honestly, let's now look at NAFDAC, the agency now for food and drug this thing.
Hey, I'm telling you now. Problem because if they are doing their work, I can tell you that GMO food will not be close to Nigeria.
I'm telling you,
because
a news actually reached me that this thing, for instance, this Indomie Tommy, they actually banned it because of the process they use. Because of the process they use in this thing, even gin tomato, they actually like banning it. They are banning this frozen fish, the chemical they use in preserving this fish.
It's just too much. Even there was a time that EFCC they caught someone. He was making fake Milo with what? With back of 3. There's a way he did it that they see EFCC, they are focusing on things that they are not meant to focus on. How will you say now because he's doing something fake now, you want to cut everything? Yes, because he's doing something fake. Okay, now focus on things that are coming from outside the country more than things that are inside the country. Because fake things and chemical things that are coming inside the country and what's bringing harm to inside.
Just tell me how a product is going to come into a country and it's not going to pass through the necessary agency. How will you tell me that if accountability and transparency was actually in play, you will not tell me that you will see that thing, you check it and you see that there is something wrong with that is not good for consumption, and you now let it go. What is
because they bribe them?
Are they not seaports? Are they not bringing this in that? Are they not going to actually like have to check through the seaports?
Look, let me tell you something. The main reason all those things are entering Nigeria freely and really and easily is because they are bribing before coming.
Corruption. Oh my God.
They are bribing before coming, because you can't tell me that now I'm avoiding this and the thing is coming directly to me and I'll just let it go. That is because they've given me the money to allow it to go.
They've squeezed something in your hand.
Thank you. They've already squeezed their hand into their pocket and giving you something to close your eyes to pretend as if you've not seen it. See, in all aspects of Nigeria, there's corruption. No matter where it is.
Every sector
in Nigeria there's corruption, because even in the entertainment industry there's corruption. Because I can have connection now. Look at me now. Because I'm an actor, I have a son. There's someone that's more talented than my son, but because he's my son, you have to take it because he's my son. And meanwhile, my son cannot act more than someone else. You see the problem in Nigeria, they are looking at faces. They're looking at faces, and you see, the corruption in our country is, oh God, the corruption in our country is high. Sometimes it's higher than the rate of fuel. It's higher than the rate of oil.
If we're looking at external forces now, they won't benefit. Some of the organizations have benefit in certain groups now. That's why they want to shift all the focus on domestic issues.
Not that some of them, most of them benefit. If not all of them benefit from Nigeria.
Wow. You know, the hardest thing about being a moderator is not being able to speak. Because I had a few points of my own, and like I couldn't but help. But I'm not supposed to say anything, so let me just keep my mouth shut. Okay, so this is. I think you guys have modeled the example of what we want to see in the argument debate section, and I would like to thank you for that. And we are going to be using this debate, this particular debate, as a model for what to expect in the third section, that is the argument style debate. So I see you are a testament to the fact that the youths are angry, the youths are frustrated, and it's evident. There's so much passion in the argument, and it's what's supposed to be a competition turned into an alignment. But that's not for me to judge, so I'm going to allow the viewers to actually make their choice on who makes the better argument. But I don't know, you guys somehow ended up on the same boat. So anyways, thank you so much, and I just want to end this session by saying that there's a book, a reference that I read one time, and I think it sums up everything, because it says the way the leader or the head of the people are, so are the officers of those people. And if the head is corrupt, the officers are corrupt, the rest of the body will validate the authority, and hence they themselves will become corrupt. So I'm not choosing any sides, but it seems like you guys ended up on the same side eventually. But of course, we're going to leave it as is the order of these debates for the viewers to determine. So before we go, we just want to thank you so much. And of course, thank our sponsor, distresssales.net. So they are the ones responsible for giving us the means to pay you guys or pay the victor. And again, of course, evidently, it's not about the money, and I can see how passionate you are. So it's just an added incentive for your time and to motivate. I think another aspect is driving the focus of the youth to more constructive issues instead of dancing on social media. So I think that is why we're here, and the more people we can actually get to focus on this, in this course of generational growth, we can be able to rectify the problems by changing the focus and steering the focus of the youth towards what matters. So thank you so much, and we thank our sponsors, distresssales.net. They're a platform where you can buy and sell distress sale items, and of course, account creation and opening your account on that platform is free. So we thank them, and also for making this possible, and also we thank you so much, Mr. Emmy and Mr. Ibrahim, and we hope to see you again.
Thank you.
So we have a ranking system, but of course we can talk more on that on the group. Okay, so thank you so much, and do have a lovely day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, sir.